Hi, my name is Philip Cushway, founder and president of ArtRock, and I deal in collectible rock and roll art and have for many years. What I'm going to be talking about today is the difference between some of the printings and how to ascertain them, particularly in using in one poster in specific, FD-064. The reason for this is that the difference in print and in printing can mean a great deal of difference in the retail price. In doing this, I'm going to first review some of the past materials and materials I hope to use. For the last 30 years or so, the Bible for telling different printings apart has been Eric King's Guide to rock posters. This, I do believe, is the first edition, and it was put out. It says 1980 in here, and it looks like this. This is the second edition, which is a little bit thicker. Then there are other editions right here, which are not labeled by years or volumes or anything. Each one's marked volume 1, but there's no way to distinguish them. I use by page number: 457 pages, 642 pages, and so on. So these have varied. The other thing we're going to be looking at to add as well is original printing records, which are right here, and materials we're going to be using. We'll be using a magnifying glass and an inexpensive plastic ruler. Eric uses a starret metal ruler. I don't think it's necessary. I think it just has to be any kind of ruler. It's just done in centimeters, not done in inches. So I went back to the first book. These books are essentially the same here. And under FD-064, I don't know if I can pull it on that. It states that their two printings are basically indistinguishable. Okay, one quick note. The Family Dog posters, Family Dog was a collective. They call it Family Dog apparently because each of the people in the house had a dog. And they did shows at the Avalon Ballroom beginning in 1966, early 1966. They started the posters were usually put up just to advertise the show. Inexpensive. For the most part, they cost 3 or 4 cents each to print. They're meant to be put up on telephone poles or wherever, and then torn down later. They weren't supposed to be kept. But a funny thing happened as time went on. People took the posters home, and it became a visual language for the people in this community to draw people to their different events. And eventually they also started selling these posters across the country, which is why they started numbering them. At the beginning of the Family Dog, there's no numbers on the posters. As later on there is. They can say FD-50, then FD-51. That was the 51st show, 52nd show done since when they began. The poster we're talking about today, as I mentioned, is Family Dog number 64, which featured the Doors. So, and the other thing I did was in this most latest one, I believe I have 7 books. They're all different, and I don't know if this is the latest one because there's no way to really tell. And this in FD-064, this is one of the later versions, he states that you tell the difference of the first printing and second printing by the color blue, and if the blue matches the original postcard, which I will show you as well. Okay, now to start. For example, one of the ways this is a good example is